media is not a real place. People
Yeah.
do crazy stuff all the time, and you just kind of have to deal with it. And I guess with it, you having all these followers, and then stardom comes like hate and all this different type of stuff. But only thing I've noticed is that people are very intimidated by natural black women.
Ladies and gentlemen, you should postpone your plans for a boxing match because the most jaw-dropping fight of the year happened outside, all over a man named Papoose and in heels. Imagine this now. At what should have been a quiet rooftop meal, Claressa Shields, a two-time Olympic gold winner and unbeaten boxing champion, was just going about her business. Peace, however, was short-lived. Here comes Tesehki, the reality TV sensation who never fails to draw attention. Oh, just to be clear, she is Saucy Santana's sister. Papoose is in the center of all the turmoil that seems to flow in the family. Yes, the well-respected hip-hop veteran who has long been associated with rapper Remy Ma ended up in the midst of a very different kind of altercation. One that flared off more quickly than Claressa's left hook and was entirely about love triangles, side looks, and accusations rather than words. And instead of broken wigs and crushed cupcakes, the evening was meant to be one of champagne toasts. Now, this is how it began. Papoose and Claressa Shields attended what was reportedly a private dinner together. Rumor has it that Claressa arrived believing it was just the two of them, maybe something a little personal, possibly business, perhaps more. In any case, until the leopard print entered, the atmosphere was laid back. Tesehki didn't enter trying to blend in either. She was noisy, late, and totally unwanted. She didn't even glance around the room initially, according to some at the meal. Everyone knew it was going to turn left when her gaze immediately went to Claressa. Let's now take a moment to discuss Papoose. His actions before to this dinner had already caused some people to take notice. There were rumors that he was DMing Tesehki late at night. The posts followed. Tesehki posted on her story a few days prior to the dinner saying, "I'll snatch what's mean." And if you believe it was a coincidence, you're wrong because Claressa responded loud and clear in her own Instagram story. "Don't try to fool me. Olympic gold has blessed these hands." Claressa wasn't shocked when Tesehki entered that evening, but she was prepared. It also started, according to sources, the moment Tesehki entered, the atmosphere changed. There were only side eyes and tension so strong you could feel it from the elevators, no smiles or hello. Claressa got up from her chair carefully, as if she was attempting to maintain her composure. Papoose, on the other hand, appeared to have seen a ghost, and to be honest, that was perhaps the only wise move he made entire night because his expression said everything. It appeared to be a setup, according to those at the table, as if Tesehki knew exactly what she was getting into and who would be there. One question was posed to Papoose by Tesehki. "Did you bring her here?" He didn't answer, and it was everything expressed in that quiet. There was no buildup, no warning, and Claressa didn't wait for a response. She was motionless one moment, then she was running across the floor toward Tesehki. There was no yelling, no back and forth. Claressa moved like she was stepping into round one. Tesehki didn't even have time to get the ponytail flip all the way around, since by then she was being dragged across the floor. Witnesses say it was brief but chaotic. There were heels flying, someone's bracelet snapped off, and Tesehki was saying something about, "I just wanted to talk." But at that moment, conversation was off the table. That rooftop turned into a full-on scene in seconds, and of course, someone had their phone out. Actually, everyone had their phone out. The brawl was captured from numerous angles and released online before the meal even ended. Within hours, it had racked up over 18 million views. One such video went viral, Tesehki yelling, "I just wanted to talk," while two others were pulling Claressa back and her wig was sliding partly off. However, the situation becomes much more complicated because, according to rumors, some people now believe the entire incident may have been staged. Tesehki brought a camera team for her own show, not just any old night out. Some claim to have seen a man with a DSLR and a boom mic off to the side. The team didn't flinch when the brawl broke out. They simply continued filming. Was this a real fight over a man or a clout-chasing setup made for the cameras? Is the question many people are now posing. In any case, Claressa's hands were definitely not acting, and the drama was genuine. Witnesses said that after the battle was over, security finally intervened. But Claressa Shields made no attempt to fight when the police showed up. She followed them as if it were just another press conference after one of them remarked, "Ma'am, we need you to step over here." She was literally shackled like a pro, as if she had experience with simultaneous turmoil and cameras. Compare that to Tesehki, who was assisted into an Uber while appearing to have experienced 3 Bad Girls Club episodes in a single night. One single acrylic nail was just about hanging on, and the wig was streaked with mascara and leaning as if it needed a rest. She wasn't expecting that sort of heat, as evidenced by her face, even though I did nothing but watch her cry, sniffle, and mumble. However, this is where things took a drastic turn to the left. Fat Joe became involved, and rumors circulated that he attempted to talk Claressa out of charges by calling the precinct where she was being detained. When he arrested an Olympic chink, he allegedly told police she's a national treasure, according to one source. Although no one was sure if that was helpful or not, it didn't stop the internet from going crazy. Within hours, Freyla became popular, and her supporters quickly defended her, claiming that she was only defending her peace and soothing clout chaser Tesehki. Others weren't as understanding, pointing out that Claressa should have used her words and that being a role model had its obligations, not her fists, and screenshots began to surface quickly as well. In a late-night direct message from Papoose to Tesehki, the first one said, "I wish I could be where you're at." The timestamp on that communication was only 2 nights prior to the rooftop meal. Then there was another. The purported communication from Papoose this time was, "She always wants to fight, you let me breathe." I don't know what's more complicated than that, but that wasn't even the last twist. That one struck a deeper chord because it implied that he was ranting about Claressa to the very woman she ended up battling. A fictitious story surfaced asserting that Claressa had previously disclosed to someone that she was expecting Papoose's child. Nobody was able to verify it, and Claressa hasn't discussed it in public. Nevertheless, the rumor was enough to spark 1,000 speculations, and people began looking for hints in old Claressa interviews. Deep fans win because some even noted she had been dressing more loosely. Others, however, claimed that everything had been planned up from the beginning and that the fight was too opportune and coincided too closely with Tesehki's reality show filming schedule. This was a marketing tactic gone wrong, not a romantic triangle, as one post aptly put it. Everyone had something to lose in the end, and social media ensured that no one got away with it. If you believe that this was solely about envy, you might reconsider, as the pregnancy is now being questioned as well. It all began with rooftop surveillance footage that was leaked. Lip readers jumped in like it was an Olympic sport, despite the video's terrible black and white quality and absence of music. According to the internet, Tesehki said she isn't even pregnant, while leaning in close to Papoose during the dinner and whispering something while Claressa was preoccupied. Twitter went into full detective mode after that 5-second footage started a wildfire. It was uploaded by someone who said you can literally see her mouth say she isn't even pregnant. So this whole fight was a setup. They played Claressa dirty. Read another comment. Fans began looking through past videos and interviews. Some said Claressa had hinted at her pregnancy weeks prior, while others pointed out that she had never made the official announcement on her own channels. After the drama broke out, some people think Claressa fabricated the pregnancy to win sympathy. A single post stated, "Classic PR damage control, play victim, avoid the mugshot headlines." Others didn't believe it. They claimed she was deliberately set off, coerced into attending the dinner, and then captured on camera when she lost it. They jabbed the bear, videotaped the roar, and attempted to seem horrified, according to a widely shared post. However, it was evident from the video that Tesehki wanted Claressa shaken, regardless of whether she was pregnant. Everyone is picking sides after that one whisper triggered the online equivalent of a courtroom. After 5 camera angles, 2 restraining orders, and 1 wig, the internet is posing the crucial query, what happens next? Claressa is formally out on bail. Some think Fat Joe twisted strings once more, while others say Remy Ma covered it. In any case, she just wrote a mysterious message after being arrested and hasn't said much since. We appreciate you realizing that the comments on her Instagram story, which had no description and was filled with fire emojis, boxing gloves, and praying hands, would make the truth stand out more. Papoose is doing what he does best in the meantime, vanishing. Not even a tagged photo, not a tweet, and not a post. Rumor has it that he's keeping quiet, avoiding ladies and the turmoil, and to be honest, he's probably smart. Tesehki isn't spending any time behind the scenes. Videos of her recording Face Beat Ring Light, her new content, have leaked. Ready to discuss how God removes people for a cause and how to heal haters? Like a real reality show veteran, she is essentially transforming the mayhem into material. A leaked voice note purportedly from Claressa appeared on blogs just as people were beginning to move on. In it, she can be heard saying, "He played us both." That one line altered everything, and I'm not finished yet. With phrases like "Part 2 is about to be wild" and "This ain't over," fans began reposting it. Some believe a lawsuit is imminent, while others claim she is preparing a tell-all. She's about to land a documentary series and call it Knockout Love. One person even wrote in a comment. The question now is Claressa the villain or the victim? Was Tay seeking karma or influence? Furthermore, where on earth is Papoose? Post your theories below, hit the like button, subscribe for part 2, and share your ideas in the comments.